All right, folks, and welcome to another episode of our venture in the visual novel, If My Heart Had Wings. Hope you've been having a great week, and I apologize for the delay on this video. Some things had came up, and I had to deal with them, but here it is. So, coming up this weekend, starting on Friday evening, we have a live stream. So, it's going to be Final Fantasy VII. We're going to try to finish that up. We're going to try to face off against Sephiroth and see if we can finish that up. Then on Saturday at 4 p.m., preliminarily, because I may have another project I have to get done, and we'll see if I get it. But Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to start another new gaming series, Spyro the Dragon on PlayStation. So look forward to that as well. Also, a quick update. I got a new camera. So I noticed that the webcam from the previous one was showing very heavy pixelation in the chroma key. So I did get a new one. So here is the image of it now. And I'd say it's not all gone, the pixelation, but a good number of the pixelation has been reduced by it as I'm looking at it myself. So you be the judge. Let me know in the comments what you think of the quality. Has it improved? Can it get some more improvement? Just give me a heads up in the comments. So with that, we're going to get started. Last episode, we are basically getting trolled by these girls like no tomorrow. Alvie, you need to put your foot down a bit more, bruh. You need to put your foot down a bit more because right now you're really just being taken advantage of. Put your foot down, cuz. So in the last episode at the end, we were at a spot to where Alvie was having trouble waking up. And we will find out now whether or not he was able to wake up. So with that, Amane, can you bring up that last scene? And let us begin. Right off the bat, these folks is doing more trolling. Right off the bat. What's worse, you gonna do it while somebody's sleeping. What's wrong with these folk? Can't you see the brother tired? What's wrong with these folk? Otaru, how dare you? How dare you? You are falling down a dark path. Don't do it. Do not always follow your sister. Do not always follow your family. Sometimes they will lead you down stray roads. Don't do it!
やるなら今のうちよ。やる。いい？肉は禁止。それ以外で葵にふさわしい文字よ。任せて。
It's like, I think I just heard a familiar voice. Is someone there? I felt something warm and soft inch closer to me. It's even softer than I thought. Incredibly soft and sweet and aromatic. And it's more hot than warm. I wrap myself tightly around it.
ダメだよ、鬼。
This is why you don't do stuff like this. This is why. This is heaven. Okay then. What an intense voice. With vision blurred from sleep, I see what appears to be someone flying through the air. The elbow is bent. Just when I thought it was at a dangerous angle, it came crashing down on my stomach. Having received the sudden shock, I lapsed back into unconsciousness. Phew. Oh no, I overslept. Everybody else must be up already.
遅い。
Sorry.
あ、起きたんだ。
Oh, so you did come.
起きたか。
Huh? Which reminds me, why is it that whenever I look at Agaha, I feel a sharp pain in my stomach?
おはよう、青鬼。
Oh, you're here too. Let's have fun another day. This day is reserved for hard study.
はい。
Huh? What's wrong? You have a fever or something? Your face is kind of red.
いや、これは違うよ。
Agaha, you are the last person to be grunting right now. You put yourself and her in that position. Agaha belt her elbow in a show of support. Just seeing her pointed elbow was enough to send shivers down my spine. What is going on here? We've got more than enough chairs to jump right into studying.
いい？みんな、何が何でも赤点だけは取らないようにするのよ。
Okay, I'm sure that's a heavy typo. I'm sure that was meant to say, let's do everything in our power not to fail these exams. I did not apply the correctional patch because I heard rumors that it actually escalates things to basically content that probably would have me skipping stuff like no tomorrow. So I just said, forget it. I'm just gonna endure the typos. A failing grade would mean supplementary lessons that seriously threaten the break part of summer break. In that case, the teachers who are forced to be present for those lessons lose their summers as well. Teachers who lose time for holidays, family, and hobbies tend to reveal a more sinister form not often seen during normal classes.
赤点は死刑！会長命令！
We too could not stand the idea of losing precious working hours. That's why all of us got together to study for these exams as if our lives depended on it. Our school is fairly industrial in nature, with an unusually high number of marks awarded for practical skills. On the other hand, general classes are not taken as seriously. However, that doesn't mean those classes can be neglected. More than anything, I'm just glad the normal classes can be studied the night before.
わからん。これはね。
Otori was the expert when it came to desktop subjects. Agaha has skillful hands and a quick mind, but unfortunately for her, neither of these seem to translate to the test sheet. Is she all brawn, no brains? That's why, in a complete reversal of what happens when they're making the glider, Agaha listened intently to Kotori's instruction.
これは？ここからここまで赤線引いておいたから、そこだけ何としても覚えなさい。あの先生の傾向と過去問から言って 80% の確率でここから出るから。わかった。夜ちゃんが私の分までテスト受けてくれたらいいのに。そうはいかないからこうしてるんでしょうが。まったくもう。慌てない慌てない。いい子いい子。誰のためにこうしてると。
Well, I suppose we should just leave those two to their own devices. On the other hand, I could really use some of Yoru's instruction myself. Well, I've held my own in information-based subjects in the past. While an easy victory by no means, I don't see a particular need to panic for the time being. Which means I at least have enough wiggle room to see to the studies of a second-year student in need. Do you need any help with anything? Ah, physics. I see. Start by memorizing this formula. Keep both this and this in mind. Remember, whatever you can. If you can apply them, you should get the main point one way or another. Give it a try for yourself. I think you can use that formula on questions 2 and 3. Otaru?
Hi.
What's wrong? You seem hesitant.
そんなことないよ。
Well, then look. I slowly move Hotaru's hand over the notebook. Her hands sure are small. What's wrong?
青に腕筋肉すごい。
It appears we have found Hotaru's interests. Ah, that's from all of the biking I did. I'd be worried if you had thought the same back when I was a skinny little runt.
すごいね。本当に力すごく強かった。
Did you say powerful? Have I ever shown Hotaru a display of strength before?
すごかったよ。キューって。
Rip. A huge question mark appeared above my head.
危なかった。
What was?
私。あおちゃんが止めてくれなかったら本当に危なかったんだよ。
What are you talking about?
ぎゅー。
I really have no idea what you're getting on about. But
ほらほら、これね。うわこれはないわ。
the two of them over there are looking this way as they smile and exchange whispers. What are you two up to over there?
いや何も。なんでもないよ。
Uh-huh. I overlooked the open reference book, notebook, and my cell phone, which was placed under the cover of their shadows. That. What is that?
いや何も。なんでもないって。
You two are being incredibly suspicious.
あーちゃん、さっきの消してなかったの？
Delete?
あー、こら、ホタル！
I think someone else is the fool. And it ain't Hotaru. Huh? I reached out my arm and grabbed a hold of Ageha's cell phone. Ageha tried to guard against my advance, but I was faster. I'd be concerned if my reaction speed were to have lost out, considering the days of hard training I dedicated myself to.
こら、見るな！
Ageha Himegi, I have a question for you. This screen is displaying what appears from below to be nostrils in a picture that seems like it was taken at a deliberately awkward angle. Who, pray tell, is the sleeping boy in this picture?
水瀬葵くんでーす。許してー。
Otaru, I'll leave this with you. Take as many photos of the insidious life form over there as you can while it's still here.
ラジャー。裏切り者。
Payback.
ごめんなさい、あーちゃん。こうするしかないの。はあ、取っちゃダメ、取らないで。マネージャーを通してダメよ。ああ、ダメダメ。美しすぎるこの美貌がいけないのね。
Pretty bold statement.
意味分かって言ってる？最も最高ってことだよね。
I beg to differ.
国語、赤点確実ね。
Agreed. You can pose for the camera, you know.
八面六臂。地面楚歌でしょ。
You're not too far from that statement, Kotori.
二者択一。
There's no room for leniency.
了解。いやー、取られちゃう。この美貌が、このスタイルが、隅から隅まで。ノリノリね。いい姉さん。ああいう大人になっちゃダメよ。悪いお手本っていうやつだね。わかったよ、ヨルちゃん。
There it is.
何気に評価がダウンバースト。落ちる。
It'll shoot back up the day after tomorrow because you're trying to avoid the issue of the original picture.
バレた？
Hotaru, where did this picture come from?
さっき撮った。あ、こら！そういえば起きた時にはもう来てたわよね、あなた。鍵開いてました。
Huh? The front door?
裏の窓。
What?
昨日帰り際に予売するなら開けとくよってかなこさんが。
Kanako! She did?
予売って何？ホタルは知らなくていいことです。そこの二人も知らなくていいことよ。わかった？ねえ、予売って何？夜にハウと書くのよ。ああ、闇討ちのことだね。訂正するべきなのかしら。
Yoru, just let it go. I think you're close enough. Didn't I just say, look, just let it go? Well then, what did the two Himegi sisters plan to do after sneaking into my room?
いやー、夏休みの宿題を早めにね。
How are you gonna hit the books early in my room?
青に観察日記。
The Aoi observation diary. Really? No way.
まず最初に目印としておでこに文字を。
Why?
肉？あーちゃんと私の名前を並べて書きました。
Graffiti? Oh,
6文字
jeez.
書く場所なかったので最初の文字だけ。
Ah, so you wrote stupid. Ah!
大丈夫だよ。水性で書いたからすぐ落ちてもう消えてるし。
Obviously.
油性の方が良かった？
That's not what I'm getting at.
青にワイルド。
Sorry, just be quiet for a second.
ホタルに襲いかかった分、それで総裁ってことでどうかな。
Who attacked who?
葵がホタルを襲われました。キャー！と驚いてみせるべきなのかしら。
Gee, thanks. Oh. Gee, thanks for your trust, friend. What are you talking about?
ギューッとされました。そう、さながら獲物が通りかかると飛び出して捕らえるトタテグモのごとく、そのムクケツキ。
Again, why were you in his room while he was sleeping to begin with?
ムクツケキだと思いますけど。そう、そのムクケツキ腕でホタルを捕らえ。
I can't say anything.
どういう意味です？ケムクジャラ、無作法、気味が悪い、すごく怖いっていうことです。なるほど。先輩の威厳なし。
You think he's the only one that doesn't have any dignity if he actually doesn't have it? I'd say more than likely there's a few of these characters that don't have much of it either.
そこで姉は動いた。妹が危ない。とっさに繰り出すエルボートラップ。
That explains my stomach ache. I remembered what I saw from behind my eyelids. Agaha floating in the air, her pointed elbow. I could still see her falling down on me. That really happened?
い手応えというか肘応えだったわ。
Hey! Wow. All right, folks, I think we're going to call it here. That's obviously quite the scenario right there. And I'm just like, really? I mean, just like, really? You know, at a certain point, I can't really stand these two because it's just like, why? Why? You know, it's as if there's just no winning. There isn't any kind of reasoning with some of these folks in some cases. But I hope Alvie puts his foot down with these folks because that just was really uncalled for. And hopefully they learned a lesson that there are some practical jokes you just don't do for obvious concerns, I would say. But with that, we're going to call it there. So again, just coming up info, Friday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to try to finish Final Fantasy VII. And then on Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, if I get all of my projects done by then, we're also going to start diving into Spyro the Dragon on PlayStation for the next live stream as well. So I hope that you can come to one of those two events. If you can come to both of them, thank you very much. So if you like what you saw today in this video, you're welcome to leave a like. Really appreciate it if you do that. If you want to see more, I highly encourage that you subscribe. And again, if you like the new quality of the new webcam, it's definitely full 1080p HD. So therefore, that should have gotten rid of a lot of the pixelation in the chroma key. So as you can see, I've used a different screen here just to pinpoint that. So we're going to wrap it up here. Hope to see you at one of the two live streams. And until next time, happy mixing, everyone.